What? Hold up. We what? B20? Damn, it's coming down right now.
What? Rain?
Yeah. So what's going on?
It's gonna rain.
That was the best intro ever, right there.
Going to Ohio. I would show you my ticket, but it might have some information that you don't need to know.
My man got Chick-fil-A sandwich loaded.
Yo, doused in buffalo.
Chomp. Patiently waiting for the flight. It's currently something o'clock right now.
In the right terminal.
Whatever.
I wish I could just clone myself. We would be in and out.
The world of Greg's only.
Yeah, traffic, non-existent. Everyone's driving 150.
Oh snap, my mic about to fall off.
Accidents, 0. Tires, 0. 0.
Non-existent.
GX.
My seatbelt came off.
I'll end up being like Travis Barker. Who survived the plane crash, the only survivor. That's gonna be me.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tom for coming to get us. I can't really hear nothing. I got my headphones in and the music is pretty loud.
What's up?
How do you do?
That was kind of weird left-handed.
I know. It felt very violating. All right, we'll be back. Oh man, where are we at?
I don't know.
But I gotta turn you off till we get inside.
I got you guys'
Ooh.
You need to get the upgraded sticker. Yeah, we need to get you the new sticker.
That's the freebie sticker.
We need to make a new sticker. So we should make that for the new drop. New drop.
That's an old race car. That's an old one of mine.
Of the 914?
Uh-huh. That one's been around for some time.
I think it was FibreGlast.
Did it pass your knock test?
It's still.
Glass.
Yeah.
It's all glass.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's all glass. That's steel. These are glass.
Okay, that's all.
that's the-
Is that rust?
Yes, that's rust. Dude, if you listen late at night, you can hear 914's rust.
I was like, what are we listening for?
The only reason why that one's not a rust ball is because it came from LA.
Okay, that
I
makes
bought
sense.
that car out of LA and drove it home.
You can tell there's nothing back here right now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's no engine back there.
Yeah. Look at that mirror.
Oh, don't. I'm not going into it.
Is that literally from a bicycle? It says Bell on it. I'm pretty sure that's
It's a bicycle mirror. They got to the track and they had no mirrors on it.
I got motorcycle mirrors, but they at least.
Yeah, they take it to a next level.
So,
It's almost like the potato chip seats.
yeah.
The mirrors definitely came off of this. Plus 5 horsepower.
Oh yeah.
Damn, I need that sticker, man.
I know this.
If you ride it in on that side, you will die. Because the floor's so slick, it's urethane, you'll die.
Oh! Where it got
Is that
some...
burn
Oh,
up?
you gotta get close above that.
Oh, come on, hold on.
Plus 5 horsepower.
This is my this is how I get around the pits. Like when I go to the track,
It's warm enough now.
I don't like walking, and usually like VIR mostly. VIR the bathrooms are down at one end of the paddock,
in
and I'm
Virginia?
always parked at the other end, so it's just forever to get to the bathroom. So I ride this, and then usually somebody stops by on a golf cart. It's like, did you get a permit to ride that? I'm like, no.
As you skirt away.
I'm getting to a gas station, but I don't know what this thing doing.
Turn onto Main Street.
Oh wait, hold up. It's here. We're there.
What gas station is
I have no idea. It's a marathon.
What is a
That shit keeps going. It's right here on the left. Where are we? What? We're like in a fucking abandoned town. Wait, hold on. It says it's right there.
Okay, well they lied.
Fine jewelry.
Yeah, what?
What type of gas
We're
station?
gonna pull over here right quick. Find a different gas station.
How in the hell? Sunoco.
Is this shit on the left or the right?
Are you gonna fill it up now?
I might as well. We might not have no shit.
Fill her up with that race car gas.
Yeah, they got 100 octane here. About to go hit up Indianapolis. Almost stir me out. Alright, you wanna go left and left. The gas station guy was very worried.
Yeah, he's been staring at us this whole time.
Dude, none of these stores
judge me.
I don't think even like are open. No. Ohio Alpaca Textiles.
They're definitely open.
That's definitely not One-Eyed Jack Antiques. Left.
Oh, that's definitely some shaky cam footage.
There it is.
Oh, would you look at that?
I got swamp butt.
Look how small, but oh, that's massive.
Stay ready, like spaghetti.
It's like the OG containers. Like that.
Oh, the OG
Is that,
FibreGlast.
is that like the original?
They're mock-ups of the old labels.
Yeah.
Because the company's been around for 50 years, so it's kind of cool to have.
Yeah, that's cool.
Exclusive. All right, let's do the rest. We've made it.
You ready to go? All right. So this is the shipping department where all the orders go out. We store all of our resins and stuff in pre-filled containers here. And that gets restocked every day or every other day.
Dang.
Matt would know more than warehouse
Look
manager.
at all that resin.
You think that they'll let me take this on the plane?
Probably not.
Definitely not.
All of our pre-packs of vacuum bag materials, vacuum infusion materials, carbon fiber, FibreGlast, all that sort of stuff's all over here.
Got a little bit of that. Chop.
Let's see what we got in here.
You could probably grade a roll of carbon fiber on the plane.
Just walk with it. This is my carry-on.
It's a souvenir.
And that's our fabric racks. Where we
Wow, that's so
get in the
interesting
full
to
rolls.
see.
Everyone gets
So
their custom cut
colorful.
labels or custom cut rolls.
Do y'all have
You're familiar
colored
with probably
carbon
the
fiber?
majority of this stuff.
Colored carbon fiber.
You know, for some reason, everybody asked that in the comments.
Really?
They was like, yeah, have you ever thought about doing like a colored carbon fiber? I'm like,
You can mix it in with like the clear coat, probably.
I think they're talking about using like a colored gel with, I don't know, it just sounds,
We used to carry colored carbon. Oh,
It's like carbon Kevlar.
Yeah,
Comment,
and
yeah.
other colors, but now just the yellow and black is the only one that we carry now.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, just don't touch because the oil
Quality
hands
control.
and stuff.
Yeah.
So we try and keep everything as clean as possible. Got some assembly areas over there. You already met Alan. And Matt, our warehouse manager.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
Yep, Matt. Nice to
Hey,
meet you.
Avery.
Yep, nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
Taking a little tour.
Yep.
Yep.
If you guys have any questions,
some
just
filming?
start screaming.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep. All right.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Got our assembly area back there where they build the resin traps. All of our pigments and stuff that we pump every day for coloring gel coat, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and you guys can mix a ton of colors, right? In your gel coats?
Yeah. I think right now the current count's like over 900 colors.
Yeah.
There's 100 some odd REL colors, and there's like 730 of the Insta-Tint colors.
Wow.
So, but you guys are doing the matte clear on the
Yeah.
carbon, which looks really good.
Yeah, yeah,
I
I
prefer,
like
I
it.
prefer that over the gloss myself.
Yeah.
But,
Always wear a respirator to protect your lungs.
yeah, all the various fillers that go into resins, the thickening agents, that sort of stuff, talc, all those get filled there, so there has to be a induction system to catch all the loose fibers.
Oh, gotcha.
We can just continue on this way. Our pump room.
This
which
place is a
is-
lot bigger than what it looks like from the outside.
Yeah, from the outside, it does not look this big.
Yeah,
As soon as you get inside.
that's our pump room, which is absolutely nothing special. That's where all the resins are stored when they come in the 55-gallon drums.
It's dangerous.
Dispensed in there.
Real dangerous.
And I mean, that's about it. Everything else is just storage, where everything comes in and is stored. I have my area back there. Some of the videos you've seen are me mixing up glitter in gel coat, that sort of stuff. All that goes on back in that room where I can just make a mess and play and have fun.
Throw resin in the air.
Yeah.
Make it rain resin.
Like you don't
Yeah.
care.
I do everything.
Recording, editing, posting.
Yeah. I do all the posting, all the social stuff, all the website stuff.
Yeah, they have a lot of really
This
good
is the guy.
videos. Yeah, and pretty much every product has a video, doesn't it? Almost.
Yes,
Yeah.
all those videos are old. They're probably
yeah.
going to get redone either this year or early next year.
Yeah.
Is the game plan, because we've launched new products, discontinued other things, so we just need to update everything.
Now we just need to make like a boat.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Make a cigarette boat.
Honda Power.
Who needed
I'm down with
more?
that.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Quench your thirst with Cumberland Gap.
You can show the bottle. They don't know what you're talking.
I know, I only got 2 hands. Product placement is key. Listen to the crisp. Ooh. It's a magic trick.
It is a magic trick.
Cheers.
Ooh.
Cheers.
Ohio.
Tom.
And Ford, Porsche,
And FibreGlast.
and FibreGlaste. Maryland.
Ohio.
Now it's an X takeover.
Yeah.
All right.
X gonna give it to you.
X gonna give it to you.
I honestly don't even remember what is the chassis on this. What's the chassis
So this is a G body 911.
G-Body.
It's a G body.
What,
So
is there a number?
yeah, no, it's 911. So the G body was from 74 to 89, and this is the last of the original more or less chassis. So the first chassis was the 901, which was probably 60. I think 63 is when they built the first, all the way through 73, and they call it 911. And then obviously the 964 was the predecessor that took over after the G.
So is this technically a 930 chassis then?
No, this was a stock
Before
Carrera 2. Yep. Oh, this was before Carrera 2s were called Carrera 2s, but it's just a stock 3.2 Carrera. G50 trans. This is the first year for the G50, which is 87. And the G50 sitting over there on the floor, which is freshly redone by my buddy at Streetwear Specialties. Yeah, so what do you guys want to know?
Where do we begin?
Where do you begin?
Okay,
So what do you
you gotta get a shot of the meat from the back. Get in there.
That's what she said, Jesus!
Get down.
He's not important. He's not important videographer.
Damn! Get the meat from the back.
Yeah, so the 13-inch white wheels, 315 tire. You can tell it's a little stretched on there because I wanted to expose lip.
Yeah.
Same thing you did, right?
Yeah, I'm running a 305 on a 12.
Oh, yeah.
So we probably have similar.
Yeah, similar stretch. And the tire probably specific for this is let's say a 325 to 335,
Yeah.
but it works great with a 315. And honestly,
You probably get a similar
works all
contact
right.
patch.
Yeah, you do, and I don't pay as much for tires, so that's a win.
And so what are your plans next with it?
So as you can
cut
tell,
out the cage.
Yeah, as you can tell, there's been a lot done.
You still have remnants of the cage?
Yeah, there's remnants in the cage, sort
I
of.
want to see that weld.
Yeah. Oh
The
God.
poop welds over there.
I had no intentions of redoing the cage this winter, by the way. I actually had plans to just strip the car down as is, clean the interior, clean the car up, and more or less go through it and make it just a sound, clean race car. Because I always wanted a clean, fresh race car. I've never had a fresh race car. I've always had either street cars that I turned into botched race cars or like secondhand race cars. So this one I wanted to do clean. It's the car that's worth doing it. Long story short, I get into it this winter and I find a bunch of botched work. And we won't go through all the botched work, but this is a good little,
It's getting close.
yeah.
Oh, Lord.
So-
So you can see what that quality would be like throughout the
Yeah,
whole build.
and then if you look on the inside, it's even better because you can see daylight through it. I don't know what they were attempting to do with this. I thought it was actually seam sealer, and it was a joke.
Oh, like a glob.
Yeah, but then I went cutting on it with the Sawzall and the cutoff wheel, and I was like, oh my God, that's actually weld.
Greg was looking really close at this engine, so I think
I'm
he has
looking
a
at
question coming soon.
These.
What's that? Yeah, so I that's not finished yet. So don't judge yet. I have a lot of work.
Oh, okay. I see you ground these.
Yeah, I started to, and they still have to be finished because I
Yeah.
want to finish them, and then I've got to do another pass, like a clean pass, and then I'm gonna powder coat the plenums. So the plenums off of a VarioRam 993 engine. This is actually a bastard engine. The best way to describe it. So this has got VarioRam heads off of a 96 911. So they were Vari-Ram heads. And then it's got a 964 bottom end. It's got Carrillo rods, and then Molle Motorsport pistons. It was built as a 3.6, just a really sound 3.6 about 8-9 years ago. And well, I guess it's longer than that now because I've had the car parked for about a year. Close to 10 years ago, the engine was built just as a sound runner. And then it had a TPC supercharger on it, which was, I don't want to knock the guys. They do a good job and they make good power. Problem is it's a heat pump, and when you're on the track, you could noticeably tell horsepower difference from the beginning of the run to the end of the run. Just how much heat soak was in the engine.
In just one single run?
Just one single run. Right. It was just so bad. And then even with the liquid air intercooler, it had a heat exchanger up front and an intercooler sitting on top of the supercharger. Even with that, you couldn't get the heat soak out of this engine. It was really bad. So that was the reason for me. While I was doing the body, I figured let's pull the engine, we'll refresh the engine, and then I was going to go ITB with 3.8, and as you can tell, there's a nice big snail hanging off of it now because I'm just going to keep it a 3.6, and I'm going to run it as a turbo engine.
A lot of choo-choo-choo going down here.
A lot of Red Bull for reference.
Yeah, nice.
Peach edition.
Peach edition.
So it's got turbos and ITBs, which is going to be...
Yeah, so it should have good
awesome.
throttle response.
Yep.
And then I wanted to keep these in here because they're sized appropriate to a 3.6, so that's why I kept the 3.6 plenum. I kind of cut it up because I'm going to make it a turbo style.
Cut it up. So, so this section...
He casually says kind of.
It's kind of cut up.
Just a little bit.
These plenums connected as well?
Yeah, they did. Actually, there was a center plenum on top. So it was a 2-style runner, so it is there was 2 throttle bodies. There was one that opened.
What's the point of having 2 throttle bodies?
So for the Vari-Ram, you had in here there were stacks that varied the height of the runner, the intake runner, and what would happen is for low RPM it would run through the bottom and it would go direct into the engine, and then higher RPM the stacks would drop down and create the longer runner to get a higher RPM.
That makes sense. So like different ITBs, the taller you make the ITB intake, the higher the RPM, it's like
correct.
I guess like torque and stuff like that is available versus the lower RPM.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why Porsche developed this. It's called Vari-Ram. And
when did they make this? This was a 993?
This was 993. So 95, I think, was the first. No, 96 was the first Vari-Ram. I think 95 was non-Vari-Ram. And
still, that's some crazy technology.
It was really cool, and it's just a
matter of fact, on a production car. They're just like,
I have the pieces in a box over here, so I can show you guys how it works. Here's the twin throttle body. So you had you had a main, and then you have the secondary, which would engage at a higher RPM, as we stated. But then this was the runner that would slide up and down. These guys right here would seal against the bottom of the plenum, and then it would open.
So it would. Close. So that basically channels it to either come through here or come through here.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there was also a flapper, which I welded up. That was inside here, which I was planning to originally run this as part of the plenum, and I decided against it. I'm actually going to do something a little different, probably closer to the expansion plenums that is on the 997 turbos. Is more or less what I'm going to try to replicate.
So you're gonna run these kind of together and then run it to an intercooler?
Yep, absolutely.
Air to air or
water?
Water. Yeah, because you don't have room for air to air.
Not only that, but it's just air to air on top of these. The only way to get it is have a massive intercooler.
Yeah,
and that's weight. I want less weight.
And then it also impedes in your downforce because the actual wing will have to come up super high and like.
Correct.
With the shape of these things, they're made so aerodynamically like that'll actually probably counteract a lot of it, unless you then put a huge wing on the back.
Exactly. The other reason why I wanted these is I wanted serviceability. When anybody that knows about setting up ITBs, you have to measure each one of them, and so I'll have to run it obviously without the charge pipe on, take the plenums off, and I'll have to set each one of the ITBs and sync all of them, and then I can put the plenums on it after I get everything in sync.
So it'll be a bitch to tune, but once you get it right, it'll be great.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing is, a lot of people will say, well, we'll just put it together, weld up a plenum, and then, you weld up the plenum, and then you can't service these ITBs. You can't measure them and everything else. So I wanted them to be able to measure. So the beauty of it is you pull this off, the top of this plenum comes off, and then the actual air horn, which is already built into the factory 3.6 plenum, is available.
Yeah, pretty much. This is the end of the air horn, and it just becomes a flat seal.
Yep.
For the rest of the plenum.
Absolutely. So that's why I decided to cut it up.
This one?
Yep, left hand.
Tom is about to make his mark.
He's pulling a Bandito.
Hey,
You know that's why I carry these around. I've actually been tagging shit. That's why I have them.
Don't close me in, damn it.
Ah.
boom. Got it.
Bandito style.
All right, boys and girls, that's it. That was Ohio. We're girls and boys. We don't discriminate.
Men or women. Such a good.
Like, comment, subscribe, become a member, or add on Patreon.
If you become a Patreon member, it's a possibility you get early release.
Look for that soon.